This is James Wilson with MTB Strength Training Systems, and welcome to another installment of the Dumbbell Combo of the Month series. And this month, the combo drill, basically, it's going to double as an exercise for us, but I use this as kind of a teaching method too. And you know, again, this is nothing new. I steal a lot of my stuff from people a lot smarter than me. In fact, somebody the other day wrote me an email saying that he recognized some of my stuff from Greg Cook's website, and also a guy, Anthony DeLugia, I think is his name, with the Art of Strength website, which actually flattered me because, I mean, these guys are two of the best in the strength training industry, and that my attempts to interpret what they're doing and bring it to mountain biking, you know, somebody actually recognized where the sources are from, tells me that maybe I'm doing something right. So, but anyways, I'm kind of digressing a little bit. But with these, again, a lot of these combo drills and stuff, I do take from kettlebell lifting, and something that I do use a lot in my facility, and I'm basically adapting a lot of these drills and concepts to dumbbells, because I know that that's what most of you have access to. And so again, if you do have access to kettlebells or something like that, you can easily substitute them for any of these combo drills and get probably a better training effect. I really love the kettlebells. Anyway, so the idea behind this one here is we're going to teach you how to use those hips in working our way up. We're going to start with a deadlift, and then work to a swing, and then work to a high pull, and then work to a snatch. And so basically that's the hierarchy of the movements. You know, one is just building on the other, one's a little more complicated than the other, and so the lessons that we're learning with one, we're just transferring over to the next one and then building upon it. So I'll show you what I mean. So our first exercise is going to be a deadlift. We're going to use one dumbbell for this routine here. So show you from the side what we're looking for on our deadlift. Getting nice and tall and strong, abs tight, driving those hips back, letting that solar plexus come down towards the floor. Bring yourself down as deep as you can until you feel things start to round out. You don't have to touch the floor. Come down as deep as you can, drive through your heels, squeeze those glutes, push those hips through. What we're trying to concentrate on with this is sliding those hips back and then squeezing the glutes and sliding the hips under us, and that's what brings us up. We have to put our focus on sliding those hips under us to bring us back up. So we're going to do 5 reps of that, and then we're going to move into our swing. So for the swing, we just kind of kick it out to get it started. Hips back, slide them under. Hips back, slide them under. Now we're doing a little more dynamic version. Slide them under. Slide them under. After this, we go into our high pull. Slide them under. We're bringing the elbow up high. Driving the elbow high and up. So hips under, elbow up, and then we're going to go into our snatch. Elbow up, finish out. Drop it down, hips back, snap, elbow up, finish off. Hips back, snap, up. Hips back, snap, elbow up, finish off. Hips back, snap, elbow up, finish off. So 5 reps of each of those there. So our deadlift, again, we're working on hips back, slide the hips under. Hips back, slide the hips under. It's very slow and controlled. You can concentrate on that. Swing. Now we're getting that movement a little more dynamic. So hips back, under, snap them. Snap the hips. Snap the hips. And again, with the swing, sometimes you'll see me do it where I will, you know, get it up all the way to the top. I think for this one here, kind of controlling it a little bit more and just letting it come up in front of us there is what we're looking for. You know, realistically, working on trying to get that kettlebell weightless, or the kettlebell, the dumbbell weightless, like at the top here, and you should be able to let go of it, like do a catch and release. So kind of a deal like you should feel that the kettlebell is weightless out there, and that's what's telling you that you're snapping the hips under you and you're not, you know, raising with the shoulders. So again, the next one beyond that, now we've learned how to get the hips moving right. Now we've learned how to snap them underneath us. Now we're going to add in the high pull. So we snap the hips and we bring that elbow up and back. In the kettlebell, and they refer to this as an elbow strike. So imagine that you're driving the elbow up and striking it back. Elbow up, striking it back. So this is what it looks like. Snapping the hips, elbow up, strike it back. And then once we finish off with that, it's the same thing. Elbow up, strike it back, but you just finish off. You continue to let the kettlebell, you bring that elbow back under, almost think like you're pushing up to the ceiling to catch it. So elbow up, push up to the ceiling. Elbow up, push up to the ceiling to catch it. So you're just catching it at the top. So that's the movement there. So you're going to do 5 reps on one side. Let yourself rest, at least 30 seconds. Go through 5 reps on each drill on the other side. And I want you to go through this 3 times. Now the idea with the combo drill this month is to really ingrain and work on these movements. And so you want to do this one a little more frequently. Doing this, 4 times a week is what we're looking for, because we want your nervous system fresh. We want you working on learning these lessons, and you're not going to be able to do that if you're overly fatigued. And so, so use the combo drill. Obviously, you're going to get some conditioning from this, but it's just not going to be as conditioning intensive as some of our other combination drills. Combination drills can be used for a lot of different things. Like I said, this one's a good workout, but it's also a great teaching method for us if we do it right. So again, one more time, just break it down, what it's going to look like. Do it on the other side, give it a little bit different angle. Start with our deadlift, hips back, don't let that back bend. Squeeze, get tall, hips back. Squeeze, get tall, slide those hips under. Driving the hips back, sliding the hips under. Driving the hips back, sliding the hips under. Driving the hips back, sliding the hips under. Into the swing. Hips back, snap the hips weightless. Snap the hips. Hips back, snap the hips. Hips back, snap. Hips back, snap under. Hips back, snap under. High pull. Snap, elbow strike. Hip snap, elbow strike. Hip snap, elbow up and back. Hips up, elbow strike. Hips up, elbow strike. Hips up, into the snatch. On down, hips back, into the snatch. Up, snatch. Drive that elbow up, snatch. Snap those hips, snatch. Nice. So, I don't know if you can tell or not, I have a little more trouble on that left side. It's the shoulder I separated about a year ago. Even though it's back to 95+%, you still definitely tell some stability and coordination issues going on with that. So you have to let that weak side, that's a good time to mention this again, the weak side dictates the load. If you have a side, for example, that I can only do 20 pounds on effectively, and my right side I can do 25 or 30, 20 pounds. That's what we use for both sides. Don't reinforce the strength imbalances. So that's pretty much it. So that's your combo drill. 5 deadlifts, 5 swings, 5 high pulls, 5 snatches, 3 times on each side. Try to do this one a little more frequently, like 4 or 5 times a week. And you really feel these patterns and get grooved, be a lot more explosive, a lot more fluid with these movements by the end of this month if you do that. So once again, it's been James Wilson with MTB Strength Training Systems. You can find more great stuff like this at my blog at bikejames.com. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll talk to you guys in next month's installment.